Okay, so we're continuing with contrast. I think we've done a lot this week. We introduced the idea of sentence structures earlier on in the week, using linkers, connecting clauses. Then we looked at causes and results. Now we've introduced contrast. We're going to continue with that today. I think that we probably all know the idea of contrast. I don't think it's a very difficult thing for us to understand. I think that we've got a pretty good idea of it. So we'll continue with that, and we'll just have a look at some of these questions that we said yesterday we're going to look at, and then I'll get you guys to write me some sentences. Okay, that's the idea of it. Okay, so let's do that. Here it is. I hope everyone can see. Contrast, yeah. Yeah. So we looked at but, although, however, despite the fact that, in spite of the fact that, despite and in spite of. And what I'm interested in is, can we take some examples? Can we make sentences? Yesterday we had some interesting ones put in, but straight away we saw some issues with some of the grammar. So let's do it again. Okay, so yesterday I said, can anyone give me some sentences for these ones? Does anyone have any sentences for this?
Yes.
Okay, go on, Hussein. Mary, exercise by, not use.
Oh. Just one more time.
Should we write in chat box, sir?
Yeah, if you've got any sentences, put them in the chat box for me. I'd like to see it. But Hussein, you said you've got one.
Yeah, I have it. I have just written in my papers.
Why don't you just
Yeah.
do it without thinking
Although
about it?
Mary experiencing bike, she.
Although, are you sure experience is the right word?
Yeah.
Well, it says exercise bike, doesn't it? Not experience bike.
Oh, exercise. Although Mary exercise bike, comma, she not use.
Okay. Okay, now I think you can do better than that, Hussein. All right.
I was a little bit confused last night about this one.
Okay, so there's a problem here. So let's just go down to the absolute most basic thing that we can think of in English. All right.
Yeah.
In English, there are two things you need to remember all the time. Every sentence has a verb. Okay. In the sentences, the second thing is sentences with multiple clauses always have a kind of a main verb. Oh, sorry, a main clause.
Oh, after she, I have to have a verb. Yeah.
And then another thing that we need to think about is verbs are affected by three things. One, tense. Two, active passive. And three, subject plus verb. So I would say that you've made two mistakes there out of these three ideas. All right. Although Mary exercise bike, well, exercise bike is a compound noun. So there's something missing from this main clause.
Mary is exercising.
Well, that would be better because there's a verb.
Yeah.
Okay. But exercise bike, think about something. What verb could you put with exercise bike? Can it be eat?
As.
I'm not talking to you, Farouk. Okay. I'm just saying. Can you eat an exercise bike?
No, just doing exercise.
Okay. Can you play exercise bike?
No. You're riding.
Ride. You can ride. I suppose you can ride. Yeah, I suppose you could do that, but then it doesn't really make sense, does it, with not use? So I'm thinking she owns or she has. And then it's an exercise bike. Although Mary owns an exercise bike, she
is.
When it's she and we use not, we've got to use an auxiliary. She does not use.
She does not use it.
It. Yeah. So there are a few. I know That sounds like someone who's a bit confused, the sentence that you gave me, Hussein. Okay, so some practice is definitely necessary there. So although Mary owns an exercise bike, she does not use it. That's the contrast. Now, I like the idea of although. And what you did have there was, as I call it, you've got the sentence architecture. Architecture. So the sentence architecture is although plus clause, comma, and then there's another clause. So you did have the right architecture of the sentence. Comma was in the right place, although is in the right place, but it's got to be although plus verb phrase. That's what has to happen. And then there has to be another verb phrase afterwards. Okay, that's how it goes. That's how we use although. Okay, so
actually it was 2 o'clock at night. 2 o'clock at night. I was a little bit.
Right. Okay, I understand. Okay, so let's have a look then. So, what else have we got? In spite of having exercise bike, Mary not use it. Remember, guys, it's Mary does not use it. Okay, when we use negatives, we've got to put that auxiliary verb. I do not like, not I not like. Okay, despite having, now another thing is nobody's saying an, are they? Think about bike. Is bike countable or uncountable?
Countable.
It's countable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you have 2 bikes?
Yes.
Can you have 6 bikes?
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Can you have a bike?
Yeah.
But uncountable, no.
You can. It's a countable, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
sorry, yes.
a bike, yeah. So everyone's missing out
Mm.
the an, isn't it? Okay. So despite having an exercise bike, Mary does not use it. Yeah, although Mary has an exercise bike, but she is not use it. What do you think about this one, Farouk?
Sorry, sir.
So, couple of problems here.
And also, as you said, it does.
An exercise bike.
Yeah.
What about this? Is not.
I said a state. Like
When we use negatives, okay? Mary likes cricket. How do you turn that into a negative? Mary
does not do
like cricket.
like yeah.
Okay, so what happens here?
Yeah, as not as does not.
Yeah, she does not use it.
She's
Okay.
not using it, I think, program.
Well, no, I don't really like that one.
Why?
Okay. So think about the difference. Mary has an exercise bike,
Mhm.
but she is not using it.
Yeah.
Okay. That does not mean the same thing as the previous sentence. Not Mart, Mary. I wonder if anybody knows the difference between those 2 sentences. Put your hand up if you think you know it. Taufik, are you there?
Yes.
What's the difference between these 2
So
sentences?
So she is not using it. It's kind of, it seems like there is a reason why she is not using it. She has the bike, but currently she's not using it. But that does not relate to the Mary has an exercise bike. So it's not a negative.
It's not
But
really
the other
about,
one,
it's not really about reasons.
She's not using now.
Continuous.
That's
She's
it.
not using now, yeah?
That's the sense. Okay, so
Every
this
day.
one feels like a routine, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's normal. It's a fact.
She
Whereas
never
this
use
one,
it.
she just doesn't use it in her life in general. But this one, there's a possible confusion, isn't it?
Right
Is
now.
it
Yes.
now?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the sense that it gives you. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible, because with the present continuous, we sometimes use it for things which are generally happening in our lives. So we'd say, I am learning to drive. Okay. But in this negative, it feels a bit strange, and no native speakers would say it like that. They would say it like this. Mary has an exercise bike, but she doesn't use it. That's what people would say.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hune, you got a question?
Hi. Excuse me. I have a question about the exercise. Can we use it as an verb?
Yeah, you can. Not in this case. In this case, this is called a compound noun, like sunglasses or deck chair or tin opener. Here, exercise bike goes together. Okay. Exercise
Okay.
can be a verb or it can be a noun. So I exercise regularly.
Mary exercises or something.
Mary exercises on her bike. Yeah, you can do it. But exercise is also a noun. So I do exercise.
Okay.
Okay. So it can also be a noun when you say I do it, because the verb there is do, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
But in this case, it's a noun. It's a bike that you do exercise on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Number 4. Pop your sentences in. I like that, Shukran. However, she does not use it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, despite being allergic, Janet has 4 cats. Now, allergic to what? Anna?
Do I need to put allergic to cats?
Well,
Oh.
I'm just thinking, despite being allergic to cats, Janet has 4.
Janet have 4?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's how I would do that
Yeah,
instead.
yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, everyone would understand. Despite being allergic, Janet has 4 cats. It still works.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Well, that's an interesting one from Puraldo. I like that. It's a good idea. Despite having 4 cats, Janet does not have allergic reactions. Okay, that's an interesting one. Now think about it. Are you there, Puraldo?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, now I like the idea. It makes sense, but it's important to know what we mean. So this is what I understand from that. It's normal for cat owners to have allergic reactions. That's what you're suggesting to me.
Yes.
Ah,
Now, is it normal?
oh, it's not normal.
No,
It's not normal, is it really? I mean, I would say it's rare for cat owners to have allergic reactions. Well, maybe not rare, but 10%.
Right. I was using that because it's pretty weird to say Janet does not have allergic. Allergic means like allergic to something, so I put reaction to it.
Well, I think what's happened is that you've injected the negative.
Ah,
Yeah, you put the negative in. And there's no negative here. I'm not saying that it's wrong to do that, but it's always important that we keep control of what we're saying. So were you here on Monday, Peraldo?
uh,
I'm not sure you
I
were, but the very first thing, and I know it sounds super basic. What am I trying to say? We've got to be really clear on what I'm trying to say. So what is it that you were trying to say in your sentence?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I think that's a really important point. Sometimes we think I'll just try and use the grammar and I'll make a sentence. Now, grammatically, it's perfect. Okay, there's no problem with that. You've used having the sentence architecture is really, really good, but it's the meaning that's a problem. So we're not in control of the meaning of the sentence. So yeah, I think it's probably more of a contrast to say, despite being allergic to cats, she has 4 of them, because that's a surprise, isn't it? If someone has allergies related to cats, you don't expect them to have cats, do you?
Right. Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense. Yeah.
That's the indirect contrast. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's go to the next one because I've got other exercises for us to do. Eczema, Harry, use, not go away, ointment, I. Okay. Get some sentences in, guys. I'll give you a minute. Okay, I'm going to pop one of these in. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. It's always interesting when we ask to focus on one particular part of the grammar, other little things might not work. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. All right, okay. Despite using an eye ointment. So ointment is uncountable. Okay. So we don't need an an. Okay, we don't put that there. All right. So let's put a line through that one. Despite using eye ointment, Harry's eczema does not go away. Now that's interesting.
So we need to put here, despite Harry is using eye ointment,
No,
his
you-
eczema does not go away.
No, you don't have to do that. The thing for me is this does not go away. I wouldn't use does not go away. I would use will. And I'm just trying to think, why would I do that? Because I think that you've made a good choice there. It doesn't go away is okay, but people generally don't use it like that. They put will not go away. Or they would say it won't go away.
But that shows the future.
I know. That's a strange thing. I'm going to make a note of that. I've never come across that before.
Yeah.
Or is it a past? I think like did not go away.
Did not go away is okay. Yeah, because that's telling me a story. But will not go away is telling me in the present.
Yeah, I used did not go away.
Yeah,
This one
did
using
is okay. You're just telling me about the past.
Yes.
Here, you're telling me about the present.
Mhm.
So that's an interesting one, Anna. I'm going to have to look into that. Okay.
And also, Paul, one thing, eye ointment with eczema is, I don't know, what is
Yeah,
the
it's like a
relation
strange,
between them?
strange, yeah.
Maybe he's got eczema on his
He's on the eyes.
eye.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But an interest, just let me explore that, Anna. So I told my son.
Yeah, I understand. His eczema is still here. Yeah, we can use
well-
on that sentence.
Well, let's look at this one. I told my son to stop chatting. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Just imagine you're in the just imagine you're in a supermarket, Anna.
Mhm.
You've got your son, he's 3 years old. I've told my son to stop crying, but he won't stop.
Mhm.
Now, isn't that strange? This is another example. I'm just trying to think about it. In this situation right now, we would say he will not stop, not he does not stop. That's really weird. I wonder why we use that. I'm gonna investigate that.
Yeah, because he won't not stop it. It sounds strange for me.
It sounds like the future, doesn't it?
Maybe because
Yeah.
we already know that it's not effective, that treatment is not effective, it's not going to be effective.
It will not go away. But how do
I
we
would put the did or something like that.
but we only know it's not effective because of what we can see now. So yeah, it's an interesting one, Carolina, and I think I'll have a look at that. If we stick to the past, okay, although Harry used eye ointment, his eczema did not go away. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That one's perfect, okay. However,
I
no,
don't
this doesn't
know.
work. This doesn't work. What did we say about however, guys?
2 sentences
It's a 2-sentence solution, and however is always
in the middle. Yeah, and the start of the other sentence.
start of the next sentence, okay? It's the start of the next sentence, so we can't do that. So Harry had used ointment in his eyes, okay? And ointment doesn't have a capital. So, Harry had used, I don't know why we need to use past perfect. We don't need to use that. Harry used ointment in his eyes, full stop. However, his eczema did not go away, okay?
Or he used did like because if he used past perfect, he should use did instead, like one past event, one past perfect. So I think that will come together better.
We don't need past perfect. It's just telling this. It's telling the order of time, isn't it? Harry used ointment in his eyes, okay, or on his eyes would be better.
Yeah.
However, his eczema did not go away. It's just following the order of time, so past perfect's not necessary. Okay, Harry's eczema does not go away despite using ointment. Okay, so we'll take away and again, I'm going to say it will not go away. Okay, although Harry Now use or uses or used. I think it's used, isn't it? His eczema didn't go away. So, okay. All those pretty good. I like this. We're doing, in general, we're using these right, and we've got the right sentence structure, but we're making some other errors around subject-verb agreement, around tense, okay, and not putting in our auxiliary verbs with negatives, which is important.
Paul, I have a question.
So what's the difference between the use of O? It's not O, it's own, and have. There's no difference. Think about have. Okay, have is a word in English which it's like a multifunctional verb. Okay, think about all of the things you can have. You can have a party. You can have a baby. You can have a sandwich. You can have a coffee. You can have a shower. You can have a house. And they all sort of mean slightly different things, don't they? Really, another word here would be to host a party. This one would be to deliver a baby. This one would be to eat. This one would be to drink. This one could be to take. This one could be to own. So have is one of those verbs in English that I know they have them in other languages as well. It just has loads of different things. So to have a house and to own a house means the same thing, but to have a party is not the same as to own a party. To have a baby is not the same as to own a baby. So it's just a multifunctional verb. All right. Najibullah, despite having used ointment, Harry's eczema did not go away. That would work. Yeah, I'm happy with that one.
And we use has not.
Wait a second. Having used ointment, Harry's, well, you know what's a bit strange there? Oh, despite is good. Yeah. So despite having you, I think that's really good. I like that one. It's a nice one. Tell me again, Farouk.
Yes, sorry, I instead of did not, has not.
Has not, where?
The second, Harry eczema has not going away.
Okay, if you use has there, then what do you have to do with go?
ING, I said, going away. Past a third form, you mean?
Third
Gone.
form.
Gone,
Yeah,
okay.
has not gone away. That would work, yeah.
Yeah.
That would work. Okay, so Wasiula, where's yours? I don't know. Now this one doesn't work, does it? Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so that's not a word. Okay, it's either in spite of. Okay, 3 different words. In spite of using ointment, Harry eczema did not go away. Okay, we need here, Harry's ownership. That would work. Yeah. Now we've got possessive. Harry's eczema did not go away.
His eczema is a bit like.
Well, then we don't know who it is.
Like in the first place, in spite of using.
Well, you could do this. In spite of Harry using ointment.
Ointment, yes, I mean it.
His eczema did not go away. Okay, so you can do that. Both of those are options with despite or in spite of. But if you don't, if you take this away, then you can't say his eczema did not go away unless you know who it is. Let's say in the previous sentence, we've already talked about Harry. Okay, but in this case, we don't, do we? So, okay, let's have a look at something else. I've just been spotting your mistakes. Can you spot mistakes here? Okay, 6 sentences. Where are the mistakes? Point them out for me. All right, here we go. I'm going to put 1.5 minutes. Don't give me any answers yet. I'll choose some people. 1.5 minutes. Where are the mistakes? Nothing in the chat box, please, Carolina. Okay, we've got about 10 seconds left.
Well, do we have mistakes in every sentence?
Well, you can tell me that.
Yes, there are.
Well, you can tell me. We're going to start with Hamdi. Are you there, Hamdi? I don't think you've told me that you're unable to speak.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Hamdi. Okay, so we got Hamdi. We'll go for Pune as well. We'll go for Shukran. We'll go for Farid. Are you there?
Yes, Paul.
Okay, Farid is here as well. Okay, Hamdi, you can start. Number 1, please.
I'll say despite being healthy,
Yeah, I like it. So being like that.
ing.
ING. Okay, yeah. Sorry, just trying to trick you. Okay, yeah. So despite being healthy, John always feels tired. Do you think that's a good contrast?
Not perfect.
It's good, isn't it? Good sentence. It makes sense as well, because normally when people are healthy, they don't feel tired all the time, do they?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, give me the next one, Hamdi.
We're nervous about.
So there's a couple of different levels here that I think we should look at. Let's look at the grammar. Okay. What's the linker that we've chosen?
But.
But. Okay. And can we begin a sentence with but?
No.
No, it goes in the middle, doesn't it? Okay, it goes in the middle. So what does it go in the middle of?
Middle of 2 sentences.
2 verb clauses.
Yeah, 2 verb
Okay.
clauses.
So we were nervous. That's a subject verb, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And it was?
Terrible.
That's a subject verb as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So on a grammar level, there's no problem, is there? We've got 2 sentence clauses, 2 verb clauses. We've got but in the middle. That's fine.
Yeah.
But what about the meaning? What do you think about the meaning?
It's contrasting. I don't know. I'm not sure, Paul.
Okay, so let's have a think about it. If you said this sentence to me, I would be confused. I would think, what does she, I don't really know what she means. So look at it. We were nervous about the operation. Why would people be nervous?
They're scared about maybe.
Why would people be scared of an operation?
Maybe they're gonna die.
They could die, yeah. It could be painful.
Yeah.
They could get loads of side effects afterwards. It could just scare them. Okay, so that's people are nervous because there could be bad things. Well, what do you expect then? We were nervous about the operation. What do you expect would be a contrast to being nervous about the operation?
Not bad, but something else.
Not a bad thing, but this is a bad thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's not really a good use of contrast. If you say we were nervous about the operation, but you'd expect someone to say, but it was actually okay.
Yeah, something different.
But this says the same. This is negative, and this is negative. So it's not a contrast, is it?
No.
So what do you think we could replace terrible with?
Good experience.
But it was a good experience. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Okay. I wonder how many people noticed that. I wonder how many people, because you're expecting after but that there's going to be something slightly surprising, something that you weren't expecting.